Hey, what's up? DelVecchio here from websiteprofitcourse.com. I want to talk about blogging today. I keep seeing this question, is blogging dead? And that couldn't be further from the truth. I started my blog about 5 years ago, and I've made over $50,000 from blogging, which means that I've made that money without having any one-on-one phone conversations or in-person meetings. And most of that has come within the last couple years as I'm building momentum. And now that I'm at that point, I see how much more potential is in front of me. I really think that I have an opportunity to maybe 5 or 10x that in the next 2 years. And if you think about it, right now, there's 4.5 billion people online. I mean, that's almost all of the world's population, at least a large majority of it, that's growing every single year. And if I had to take a guess, I'd say 95% of those people are content consumers. They're not producing anything online. They're not writing. They're not producing videos. Many of them are just complaining about politics and getting nowhere. And the 5% of the content producers, they're the ones that are getting all the benefits of this internet growth. So that's where you need to be if you're looking to create a blog and turn it into a legitimate side income that could potentially turn into a full-time gig. And personally, I think there's never been a better time to start. Furthermore, I think every person should have a blog. I don't think there's any good reason to not start a blog because it's going to give you more opportunities and you can connect with people outside of your local area. Now, the good news is it's never been easier to start a blog. The bad news is there's, 100,000 people out there telling you how to do it, and it's pretty difficult to figure out the best way. So that's what I want to help you out with today. We're going to simplify everything and go into 5 easy steps that you can do to start your blog. But before we begin, I want to link up training that I have that's going to help you launch your blog in 14 days. And I divided it into bite-sized chunks that's going to take you through the entire process to the point where you've written your first post and shared it. So click the link in this video. It's either going to be the top right or the bottom left. And sign up to that, and you'll get day number 1 of that training immediately. Now, with that said, let's get into these 5 steps. Number 1, which is the most important, that's picking your blog topic. You want to create a blog that's on a topic that you're passionate about. Because when you're passionate about something, you're going to be willing to go through the work at the beginning stages. And that's what it takes to build a successful blog. So I always recommend looking back at what you were interested in when you were a kid or when you're growing up, and what has stuck with you at this point now that you're an adult. Because that's a good indicator that you're going to create something that will last for years and years and you can build on top of. And that's a big part of blogging. You got to build something over a long period of time and get that compound interest. I made another video recently talking about how to get your domain name. And within that, I mentioned a couple of domains that I bought when I first started out online. And I was picking domains completely based on keyword research, things that didn't have that much competition, but they were topics that were really, really stupid. Like the one that I mentioned in that video was window treatments for sliding glass doors. And why would that succeed long term? Why would I be writing on that blog every single day? It doesn't make any sense. I recommend that you pick something that is a wider topic, something that you can grow into. You want to start specific and then branch out from there. And like I said, make sure it's something you have a little bit of expertise on, something where you have opinions that you can share and that other people can connect with. Number 2, like I just touched on, you need to get your domain and hosting. And I always recommend creating a blog with WordPress. Now, if you've never heard of WordPress, it's by far the most popular blogging software out there. And while there's other options, the reason I like WordPress so much is because of how flexible it is and how powerful it is. So the flexibility part, you can launch your WordPress website and then you can transfer it from host to host. You're not locked into one company the same way that you are with a company like Squarespace or Wix or anything like that. They have, easy to use templates, but you're not going to be able to customize them the same way as a WordPress website. And like I said, if for some reason you don't like their service, you can't transfer the site off, their platform to another platform. Or if you do, you're probably going to have to rebuild it from scratch. So I'm going to link up a video going through my favorite WordPress hosts that you can start with. And these are affordable, reliable. In almost every case, you can get started for less than $100. If not much less than that if you go month to month. But I always recommend going for a 1-year term or longer, and that way you get a better monthly price. You could probably get a website for, $3 to $4 a month, and that's nothing. That's the cost of a cup of coffee. And within that 14-day blog training, I'll also link up videos that'll show you how to get set up step by step on each one of those hosts. Number 3 is create an email list. The reason a blog is so powerful is because you own it. You can move it from host to host. Nobody's moderating it. Nobody's editing it. They're not telling you what to say on there or do. And an email list is the same thing. On social media, when you put out a post, there's no guarantee of how many people are going to see that post. Obviously, you're at the mercy of the social media algorithms, and they're changing all the time. So if you build your business 100% on social and you don't have a blog or an email list, then a social media algorithm change can completely wipe out your business. The advantage of collecting email addresses on your blog is that you have contact with that person until they unsubscribe. So it could be a lifetime as long as they're continuing to use that email address. And the cost of sending emails is also incredibly cheap. You can get started for free with a service like MailChimp. Number 4 is create a social page. Now, I know I just told you that social media is not as reliable as a blog and an email list, and that's the truth, but obviously everybody's hanging out on social. That's where you can get traffic and send it to your blog. And then once people are on your blog, you want to get them to sign up to your email list. That's the main process that you're going to see with everybody who's successful online with blogging. And number 5 is create a content calendar. One of the most important things that you can do is publish frequently and consistently. And most people, they have a lot of momentum in the beginning. They get a lot of ideas. But then once they start doing the little things, it always takes longer than what you think. So I think you need to actually set the bar lower than what you're probably assuming. It's okay to post once a month at the beginning. As long as you're doing it consistently and you're building a process around going from blog post to promoting it, that's going to keep you on track. And then behind the scenes, you're going to have data to review, both with the social media analytics and analytics on your website to see how much traffic you're getting, what posts, what blogs are doing well. And you're constantly improving and iterating with your strategy. So you're not going to come up with the perfect strategy from day one, but what I give you in this 14-day blog training will get you started, and it's going to put you on the right track for success. That's all I got for this video. I wanted to keep this really short and to the point. And like I said, if you want the nitty-gritty details of setting up the blog, click the link in this video and it will be sent to you immediately. Each day should take you somewhere around 15 to 30 minutes. I didn't want to do all this in one tutorial because I think it's actually important to break things up into the smaller steps and do them over the course of a longer time so you can kind of build the habit. One thing that I found out is that the most important part of success is not these little tactics. It's the habits. It's doing something every day over a long period of time, like I said before, to build that compound interest. And that's the best way to build something that lasts. So go ahead and sign up for that 14-day blog training. I'll take you through every step of the process. And if you have any questions, you can reply to those emails. I do my best to answer every single one of them. And I'd love to see you on the other side. And I really can't wait to see what you build. Thank you so much for watching this video. It doesn't matter how small the step is. Take it today and get started.